All right, guys. So we have been putting out videos, I have been putting out videos combating CCCA, traction alopecia. If you guys have been watching some of the videos concerning why we are losing our hair, I decided to put together some products that are being used that are helping for us to lose our hair, as well as the tools that are being used to cause us to lose our hair as well. Now, if y'all hear some patting or anything going on like that, that is the dog doing the most today. So y'all just ignore that. We're gonna get through this video really good. So hopefully this is gonna be a really hard video. The video is called the Paying to Go Bald, and a lot of you guys are paying to go bald, and it's time that we continue to bring out the things that are causing it, instead of you guys constantly coming on and saying, hey, well, what do I need to do to grow back my edges or whatever. I'm gonna show you the tools and the products that you're using that are causing those things. So you gotta figure out if you want your hair to grow back, or if you're in the process and you're starting to see your hair thin, you gotta figure out whether or not you want your hair to grow back. Because you can go out and you can buy all the herbs, the shampoos, you can massage the scalp, you can take the minoxidil, you can do whatever you want. But until you change your bad practices, whether you're going to a hairstylist that's doing it, or until you change for yourself, you're going to be bald. I'm telling you, you're gonna be bald. All right, so the first one that is called the Edge Control, and I'm gonna have photos. And one of the reasons why we talk about the Edge Control is because the Edge Control, as we told you, 90% is normally alcohol. It has a lot of alcohol in it, and it's not the fact of when you put it on the first time, but it's when you're constantly using it, which most of you are, because when you get extensions and when you get the lace front, it's very addictive. So you want that, you like, I'm natural, but at the same time, you want that look, you want that smooth look to go with the hair, because of course, our hair is more coily. So we're using the Edge Tamer. However, it's not necessarily the, like I said, it's not necessarily the Edge Controller, Edge Tamer. It's not necessarily that, whatever brand that's making it. You already understand the alcohol, the percentage of the alcohol in those items. So it's gonna be up to you, right? And so that's what it's usually used for. The next one is the Echo Gel. Now, a lot of you love, the natural hair girl that's like, I'm not straightening out my hair, but I'm gonna do some twist or a 2-strand twist. And some of us are still doing those natural hair, and it looks beautiful, guys. But guess what? It has a lot of alcohol. So over time, a lot of you, what I've been noticing is that you'll have clients that never had any type of scalp disorders or anything like that. But because you're putting so much of the alcohol in your hair, not saying everybody, but all of a sudden it's a rise in psoriasis. It's a rise in scalp disorders. It's a rise in dandruff. Why is that? So you got to think about the Edge Control, the Echo Gel, or I'm saying Echo Gel, but gel and period. Any gel that you're using, it's high in alcohol. The next one is the Shine and Jam. Now listen, y'all, that thing almost took me out, because I love Shine and Jam, especially for the braiders. Y'all know, because it gets shiny and it's all pretty when they put it in. I used it, I had it done to me when I did the, what's that, guys? The crochet. So, I had to smooth my edges out, and she's laid it down. But guess what? That right there, constantly using it, it causes that. And a lot of times, it's like the Jedi mind trick with the Shine and Jam, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Jedi mind trick with it is the fact that the Shine and Jam, when they put it for your braids, because they show you and they take the nails and they do the divide, and your braid is all nice, pretty, and it's shiny, and they're like, ooh, ooh. But there's no conditioning in it, because a lot of you are going to braiders, a lot of you are going to, like someone's home, or even in the salons they're doing it. We got cosmetologists or hairstylists that are maybe natural hairstylists. They're not shampooing your hair. Remember, we got a video on that. Why are you shampooing your hair at home? You're going there for the braids. So that means that even if you shampooed your hair, even if you conditioned your hair with over-the-counter products, your hair is now being basically moisturized by jam, Shine and Jam, which is alcohol. So it looks good, right? But at the end of the day, your hair is going to break off. So for you natural hair braiders, your hair is going to break off. Now, one of the other things I wanted to point out to you guys, because I know they have the boycott going on in the beauty world, is the simple fact that this Jam and, hold on, is it Jam and, let me make sure I got it right. The Jam and Shine and Jam, I think that's by Ampro, even the black gels, those are not black owned. So you have someone that's doing the chemicals and producing products that are not black owned. So just keeping that in mind as well. The next one is Keracare, the wax stick. Oh, give me the wax stick. I love the wax stick, but there was a time in the early 2000s when Keracare came out with this beautiful product. We used it for updos, right? That's when they was wearing the updos, where you were natural and you got your hair silk pressed and you want to do an updo, whether it's a wedding or something like that. And then we would take that stick because it was no water base. The edge control, the edge control, that's a water base. But the Keracare, it's a dry wax base. Now the problem with the dry wax base, and I've seen it where you guys are actually using that again, like you use the edge tamer and you do use the Shine Jam, like you've washed, conditioned, and treated your hair. So that's the only moisturizer that's going on it. It's not moisturizer because it's going to give you the shine, it's going to give you the look, but inside your cuticles, there's nothing there. So it's dry. So when you wash that out, you're going to see a lot of breakage and shedding because you're using it as if it's a grease, like as if it's a heavy thing or whatever, and you can't do that. You should not do that. You can, but you should not do that. You should not mistaken the outer appearance as the outer appearance looks as good as the inside, right? So the outside, it looks great, girl. You finish and the hairstylist, they show your hair off and y'all like, woo, I be seeing thousands in the comments, where you located at? But they don't show you that that person walked through the door, there was no shampoo, there was no deep conditioning, there was no treatment done to the hair, and the only thing that they're using is the wax. The wax stick has large molecules. It's like shea butter. They have large molecules, so they're only going to coat the outside strands of your hair. So in the meantime, you may look good for a few days. However, your hair is suffering and eventually you will have hair loss. I'm sorry, y'all, I gotta look at my pictures and stuff, all right? The next thing is I picked Mane and Tail Clarifying Shampoo. So a lot of you, the products, now Mane and Tail, I don't agree with the products. Mane and Tail has a class action lawsuit. Mane and Tail sole purpose when they were established were just for horse grooming. But I guess when they found out we was wearing weave and they always call it horsehair, we started purchasing the product. The only reason I'm bringing Mane and Tail into it is the clarifying shampoo. I notice a lot of people are like, oh, I use the clarifying shampoo. Clarifying shampoo is good if you use it properly. A lot of you are not using it properly because you don't understand the hair products, right? You're just watching what you see and you hearing what you hear and you running with it. Clarifying shampoo strips away grease and the debris off of your scalp. That's pretty much what clarifying does. That's why if you notice in certain chemical services like a keratin, they'll tell you to wash your hair first and it's with a clarifying shampoo. So they want all of that away so they can deposit the conditioners and the shampoo and the hydrating shampoo and all those different things. A lot of you are just shampooing your hair with just clarifying shampoo, and guess what? Your hair is dry. Then you put some conditioner on it and then you do the service that you need. So if you are one of those that don't think that clarifying shampoo can do all things, it's hydrating, it's moisturizing, you are sadly mistaken. And clarifying shampoo is was created just for its purpose. washing off debris and stripping all grease and things like that into your hair. All right. Oh God, y'all, hold your chest, hold your chest. One of the number one, now we get into the real deal. One of the number one products that is destroying your hair and it's taking you out. And I've seen it from the end of time. Back in the 90s, Pump It Up been around, I think. Pump It Up. Pump me up. Pump It Up has been around. I think they created this in 75. Bronner Brothers, which is black owned and still black owned. Y'all know about the Bronner Brothers hair show. Bronner Brothers created Pump It Up. All right. And I was like, no, then you got the Pump It Up magic that take it to the hush. That take it to the next level. So Pump It Up is, back in the day, we used to use it for freeze curl. We used to call them freeze curl. Girl, give me some freeze curls. And so it make it hard, and we love it, right? Because it's gonna spray, you're gonna put that blow dry to it, and it's gonna stay for days. But in the meantime, we doing that ghetto pad, we scratching, because guess what? That alcohol is now seeping through your hair shaft. It's also going on your scalp, and it's drying out your scalp. So a lot of us did not have scalp issues, right? But because we're putting all that alcohol in our hair, guess what? We dealing with Pump It Up, all right? Pump It Up is one of the major reasons why we are experiencing traction alopecia, and which is called CCCA. And the other reason why I Pump It Up, and it's not necessarily the product, it's the people that are using it. So if you're doing a quick weave, or you spraying that, when y'all put the stocking cap on and they spray that, they kind of seal it. That's all alcohol, and we're about to get into the worst of the worst products. But Pump It Up was like the open door to a lot of us, okay? The blow dryer. I don't care what blow dryer you have. You can have one that's 1,800 watts. You can have one that's 3,000 watts. 3,000 watts is normally professional hairstylists that use those, but we know how to use it. And blow dryers, remember we're talking about tightly coiled hair, coily hair. Blow drying your hair, it's a proper way to do it. I worked in salons. We have people every week that come and get their hair washed and blow dry, but they take the necessary steps. We use the right products on their hair, and they're willing to spend the money so they can have that salon, gorgeous, rich look. However, when it comes to our sisters, our hairstylists that are not educated, and to you that are doing your DIYs that are not educated, when you take Pump It Up or a hairspray and you're sculpting that hair, when you're smoothing that hair back, and you take that dryer and you put it directly on it, your hair is going to come out. Because not only are you adding the alcohol to it, now you're gonna put the fire to it. Let's put the heat on it. So you're like, oh, look how smooth it is, and my hair is natural. So you're reforming the hair curl, but at the same time, that alcohol and the heat is destroying it. So after a while, and you guys know what I'm talking about, because when flat irons came out, we're about to get into it. When you flat iron and you do that over and over again, the hair remains straight. After a while, it goes limp. And guess what happens? Your hair is breaking off. It's just shedding. It's dry. You're seeing little chips. That's your hair breaking off. So the blow dryer is not a bad thing, but it's the person behind it. The curling iron, especially y'all went crazy when Baby Bliss started coming out. Baby Bliss was selling their flat irons in Marshalls and all the department stores, and everybody was getting it. They were like, I saw this young lady the other day said, I use a $400 flat iron, and because she wear wigs and stuff, and she said because she spent so much money that's why she's wearing wigs, right? And so I'm like, well, she didn't mention any products. The curling iron, the flat iron, especially for the silk wraps, and I've seen this with so-called licensed hairstylists, cosmetologists, that I have seen they have used on your individual hair. We're going right now into the fall, so we're going into the flat iron season right now. It's flat iron blow dry because fall, the weather's more cool. We're not really dealing with so much humidity. I'm in Miami, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So a lot of us are going to the salon saying, hey, I need a silk wrap, which is fine. The problem is that those Baby Bliss and any other flat iron that you're going past 300 to 400 watts to silk that hair out, it looks great, especially if you're natural. They go over it and over it again, right, with the flat iron. But why is it on 400? You can get that same, it's different ways that you can get that look. But because you're applying heat and then you're not applying the proper products to the hair, you're just, I see it as sometimes the hair looks dry, especially if they have colored hair. They've already taken out the color. They've taken out the, what's the word? It's like all of your nutrients in your hair strands when you do hair color, right? When you're bleaching hair, when you're lifting hair, all that's being stripped out. So your hair is already dry. Then they come in and they show you how to flat iron. I don't see anything sprayed. They put a little bit of stuff on their hands and run it through your hair, and then they flat iron you. No heat protectant. And even if you use heat protectant at 400 watts, you're going to destroy your hair over time. So they'll show you, look at the hair, and the person is moving the hair and it's bouncing. But if you really pay close attention, that hair is limp. After a while, you see the hair start limping, going limp, and it's loose and it's not, it's still movable. But after a while, you'll see it starts thinning and thinning and thinning and breaking away. Why? Because you should not be using the flat iron to the heat that you're using it to. You can use that on weave, you can use that on your wig, but on your natural hair, whether it's relaxed keratin or whether it is natural, you're destroying your hair. And the reason why, if you have a chemical service, why does the heat need to be that high? You just did a chemical service to reform your curls. Relaxer relaxes the curl. So we've broken down your peptide bonds. I know y'all like, what? We've broken down the curl type, peptide bonds, right? So we've broken down your hair, the curl type, right? So we've already done that. So why we got to go in and use 400 or 325? Why do we have to use that? Let me let you know what's a big thing where you'll know that it's too much heat used to the hair. If your hairstylist is flat ironing your hair, and they have to wear a glove, but if you see them with the comb and they're not wearing a glove and they touch it and they like, whew, it's too hot, you're gonna lose your hair. All right. So the flat iron is not bad. Again, it's the user. The curling iron, the same thing. I've seen the big, because you know now they're doing the wigs, the lace fronts, and the weave, where you want those beveled, like dramatic, glamorous curls. I love that. That's like my thing, guys. However, I do see what they're doing with the curling iron is they take the wax stick and they put the wax stick on the top where you want it to be smoothed out, which is not a moisturizer. It's just a styling product. Wax sticks, jams, gel are styling products. They are not to treat your hair. All right. So they take that, then they put the spritz, and then they take that curling iron and they seal it. So yes, honey, you look fabulous, but in a few days and as time goes on, you will be one of those ones at a hair club for men, or you'll be in someone's DM, a licensed cosmetologist, a hair loss specialist, asking, how do I get my edges back? How do I get my hair back? My hair done broke off so bad. You know what I mean? So that's the other thing. The wand, the same thing. Fabulous. The wand is everything. Wand is great as long as you're using it on commercial hair, weave or what's the other word? Or lace fronts. You can use the wand on your hair, but the temperature has to be set correctly. Okay. Now, these two, I did it on the same thing when I did the most dangerous hairstyles that are destroying Black women hair. Now we have the most dangerous products that we have that is destroying your hair, and we're going to end it with it. We have the molding. It's called it's that liquid stuff that they put on your hair, so they braid your hair down. Then they put I thought I had the paper on it. I gotta see. I thought I put the paper on here. Then they take the white, then you guys take the wrapping paper, the black paper, and then you wrap it around your hair. So you put some braids in it, then you tie that up, then you wrap the hair with the hair wrap paper, and then you put the stocking cap over it. And then once you put the stocking cap over it, you go in and you pour this liquid molding stuff on it, and it turns the hair really hard and everything like that. And you're like, oh, look how neat it is. Then you leave some hair out, and then you do your quick weaves. So everybody, like, woo, woo. This is one of the worst things you can do. So most of the time, a lot of times, you guys are not shampooing, you're not treating your hair. That's the first thing. So your hair is being braided dry. Then you want to put a mold on your top of paper. You know, if water or anything goes, it's going to seep into your hair, your strands, your scalp. Then you're going to put the weave on top of it with, y'all know it, the magic stick, that glue, that black glue. I love black glue, but it's not used properly. So then you're going to put the glue on there as well. Your scalp is not breathing. A lot of you want these hairstyles because they last long. It's quick, it's convenient, and it lasts long. So you're wearing it for 2 months. I've seen it even as far as 3 months. I'm like, oh my God. Guys, these products and these tools are the things that's not just destroying, it's going to cause you to be bald. Look at the last photos. I used the same photos we used in the previous one with the most dangerous hairstyle. Look at those pictures. Some of you look like those pictures when the hair comes off. So when you come out in public, you are faking the funk. And I know, a lot of people know that you don't have self-love and you don't care about your hair. You can get those same hairstyles without compromising your hair. So I pray that you take heed to this video as the other ones, and I will continue to come back. I have been in this industry for going on 26 years this year, and I will continue to combat hair loss in the Black community because we are uneducated when it comes to this, and we have to continue to push this. Just like they're pushing a narrative and telling you these products and the way you're doing it is correct, I'm gonna continue to fight to correct that. So if you wanna know why you're losing your hair or how to stop it, look at this video, and I pray that it blesses you. Guess what, guys? I'll see you next video. Bye.